Wait.
Oh.
Okay, go.
Okay. What was it like growing up in Denmark?
Well, it was really fun because you know why? I lived on a farm, and so I had all kinds of animals to play with, and I had all kinds of things to do. Because on a farm, there's just never a shortage of things to do. So I helped with the tractor, and I would help with the yard, and I would help with the animals. And I always enjoyed being in the barn with my dad, so I miss it a lot.
Okay. What did it feel like when you were coming to America?
It felt very scary and exciting, and I didn't know quite what to expect. It was very different from what I knew because I used to live next to my grandmother. And so to move over here and be with grandparents that I hadn't really spent time with was a little bit scary. And to visit cousins that I hadn't really met before was a little scary. And to make new friends was scary.
How is America different than Denmark?
It's different in a lot of ways. It has different food. It has different climate. It has a different culture. So there's a lot of differences, but then there's also a lot of similarities. Like people can be very nice and very helpful, and the summertime is beautiful, and the winters can be fun. So it has a lot of differences and a lot of similarities.
How old were you when you moved to America?
I was 8.5 years old.
Okay. How long was the flight to America?
The flight to America was about 9 hours from Copenhagen to Chicago, where we flew to.
What were some of the foods that you ate in Denmark?
Well, Danish people eat a lot of fish. So I ate a lot of fish growing up. We would eat herring, and we would eat lots of lox and trout and flounder, and it's just a variety of fish. And then I would fish for shrimp sometimes on my uncle's island. So we would have, and they were actually little teeny tiny shrimps. And then we ate a lot of pork and beef. So a lot of things that we eat here, but also a lot of different things.
Have you been to any other countries?
Yes, I have been to a lot of countries. I have, well, of course, the United States, Canada. I've been to a country in Africa called Tunisia. I've been to France, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, of course, Denmark, Sweden, England. I think that's about it.
Dang it.
Oh, and Mexico. I forgot Mexico.
Can you pause it?
No, what's the problem, Zach?
It says, what did you do in Denmark?
Oh, you can ask me that.
Didn't you just say when you were in the farms?
Well, when I was in Denmark, I started school, and in Denmark you start school when you're a little bit older. So you kind of start first grade when you're 6. And then I was 7 I was 7 in first grade, 8 in second grade, and then moved over here. So then I started 3rd grade in the United States.
So you were kind of younger than other people?
No, I was actually older. I was always the oldest one in my class because in Denmark you don't start kindergarten when you're 5, you start when you're 6. Mm-hmm.
And what does the flag?
The flag, I'm glad you asked. The flag is red and has a white cross, and it's one of the oldest flags, I think. It's probably from the 1300s or so. And the story goes that the Danes were at war, and the flag fell down from heaven, and the king caught it before it hit the ground. And when he caught it, he knew that that was meant to be the flag of Denmark. And it's very similar to the Swedish and Norwegian flags. They look very similar to this, but this one is special for Denmark.
And what was the money like?
The money in Denmark is very interesting. They have a lot of coins and they have a lot of bills, but they're shorter in length than the American dollar bills, and they're more colorful. So we have like pink and purple. We have the queen on them, a lot of different people on them. It's very colorful money. Do you have any other questions?
Nope.
How about what was the most difficult thing about moving to the United States?
I think the most difficult thing is just to start all over in a brand new place, because you're in a new house, on a new street, with a new way to school, new friends, and a new language. And so if you ever meet kids from school that don't speak English very well or not at all, they have like a class called English as a second language. And so I would go to the English as a second language classes to learn English. And then another way I learned English was actually television, because you watch the same commercial over and over. So like probably some of the first commercials I knew, or first things I could say was like, you know, the McDonald's commercial or whatever kept coming on over and over. The repetition was good. So, but that's why I always think it's important too for my kids and for you guys to be really nice to kids that don't speak English, because it's really hard for them to come from one place to a new place. So, but I think it turned out okay.
How about what do you miss most about Denmark?
I probably miss most, one, family, and two, the summertime, because it's beautiful and it's light all night, and we have a special celebration in the summer, and you do a lot of biking and hiking and swimming and all kinds of fun stuff.
And Zach, I think we should know, why was this an important event in your life?
It was important because it changed everything for me. I think if I had stayed in Denmark, I think I would have grown up a farmer's daughter, but I probably would have gone to school in the city in Copenhagen, and then I don't know if I would have still been an accountant or not. I don't know what would have come along, but I think it changed everything because I came here. I went to the University of Wisconsin. I became a CPA. Met my husband, had 3 kids. So everything changes. So it could be one event in your life, it changes everything else. And I feel like that changed the course for me.
Any other questions, Zach?
Nope.
What do you say?
Thank you.
Luke wants to do something. Say, go Denmark.
Go Denmark.